What's up, guys? A couple minutes late. My apologies. Trying to log into the StreamYard app. Today, we're going to be covering simplified sales copy. Um, there's, it can definitely be hard to write sales copy for like a sales funnel, like if it's a sales page, if you're trying to sell a course or maybe the details of a coaching program or anything really. It can be, and this goes for writing email copy as well. And it can be super hard to sit down and focus and have that creativity and really feel like um, it just pours out of you. Most of the time, it's easy to get distracted by what else is going on in our worlds, as well as not even completing it to begin with. It's a daunting task, right? We are like um we just even the thought of writing sales copy, because you feel like you have to write this 800 word sales letter in order to sell your product or service. Now, I definitely think it's necessary, um, but you can still get results and get results up front while you're writing your sales copy, and at the end of the day may not even need it at all. I see many examples of this. Dan Henry does it all the time, where he just does what I'm about to show you. So um, I'm going to share my screen so we can talk about how to simplify your sales copy and how you can get results without it. Okay. Now, I that it's actually sharing my screen, because last time I did this, it didn't show my presentation slides, and I went through the whole thing and just I was killing it too. At least I felt like it, and none of the slides were showing. So just gonna double check that we can see the slides here. Awesome. Good to go. All right, guys. So this is simplified sales copy. I don't know that you can see it now, though. Hold up. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We're getting some of these details figured out. We'll just go with it without that. Oh, nice. It did work. Cool. So I'm going to actually do that, do a presentation style so that you can see the whole thing. Copy and how to get results without it. Okay. So if when you go to write sales copy, you find yourself lacking creativity, direction, and focus, then my suggestion is to not use it. We can avoid it altogether and not let it be a barrier to us getting results with our course, with our coaching program, whatever, because these same strategies work um, across the board. And I'll get into how that works. But what I'm going to go over is to use this instead, the VSV method. I just kind of came up with that just real quick. The goal of sales copy is to engage your ideal client's problem and walk them through a solution that is different than anything else they have tried and failed with in the past. So when you see a sales letter at the top, you've got a hook, right, which is the headline. And if you pay attention to what is being said in that headline, then you can start to see like whose attention are they grabbing, who is the ideal client that they're trying to elicit a response from. This goes into doing like the competitor analysis, where you're finding other people in your niche or your marketplace that are doing something similar and analyzing these things. So like if you look at the hook, it's calling somebody out, maybe not directly saying like, hey, if you're a business owner, but using the pain that prospect or the ideal client would have as the hook. Like if you suffer from, diabetes, right? Then this is for you, kind of thing. So it's catching the attention. So that's why I say the goal of sales copy is to engage your ideal client's problem, but then we're walking them through a solution. And I have kind of a framework that I'm going to show you and go a little bit deeper on. Um, but it also shows them that this is something that's different, not something that's all over the marketplace and they could get anywhere by maybe buying a book or buying a book on it, or a course somewhere else, because everybody has a course nowadays or is in the process of creating one, um, including myself, right? But I want to like I don't want to get in the weeds on that, because we'll talk about that another time. And then it helps them come to the conclusion themselves that they too can do it using your unique method. Um, so the, we're not trying to convince anybody. We're not trying to convince them that they need this thing. I mean, okay, yes, we are, but what it's more about is helping them come to that conclusion themselves, that this I can do this, and I can do this with the method that is being presented. That all of my worries and pains and fears won't be a thing if I use this strategy, right? I won't have to worry about some of these problems that I've been having, maybe with other people that I've hired, other courses that I've bought. They were missing something, or they just felt inadequate in a certain way with it. Um, you're helping them overcome their beliefs, but helping them come to the conclusion that they can do it using your method. Okay, but there's a misconception that it's required to have a 800-word sales letter in order to get results selling a course or coaching program online. And I mean, I definitely believe this could happen. This could work for a brick and mortar, depending on what it. Maybe not even depending on what it is. I've never tested it, so maybe we'll have to somehow. I don't know, or you could if you have a brick and mortar. Um, but in order to get results online, I one thing that is like it's kind of limiting. It holds us back, like I mentioned in the beginning, that we feel like we have to be super creative, create this long sales letter that people pay a minimum for somebody that's good to write sales copy. To write sales copy is $10,000 plus. Ray Edwards, which I'm going to talk about here in a second, charges $200,000 per client to write a sales letter. So just the sales copy, but he's good at it, and he knows what he's doing. But um, I mean, then you're comparing yourself to them, or even when you do your competitor analysis and you see all of this text, it's like, holy shit, do I have to have that myself? And I don't believe that you do, but it works. So it's worth testing and doing. And I think it's necessary, like send traffic to both, but don't let it get you caught up to where you can't um, put your sales funnel out there and start helping people, right? Um, so there are cheesy actors in every market, and everyone can smell it. I was just trying to be a little funny there, but standing out as the authority in your market is no longer about flash and awe. I don't believe that um, you have to post the Lambos and I mean, although that's cool and I don't have one, so maybe I'm just jealous. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be crazy advertising. It doesn't have to be highly edited. And it's as simple as doing it on your phone. Yeah, it's cracked. But doing it on your phone, right? Getting a tripod, putting it on a phone, and recording it. But there's a framework, and I'm gonna get into that. It's about who is demonstrating the prospect's desired result in an educational, valuable way. Okay, so it's not about being flashy anymore. It's because there's a lot of people doing that, and it's creating a lot of noise and distraction, really. Um, because when prospects see that, the first thing that they say, will think, is like, "Oh, just another advertisement." Like, yeah, I've seen that before. That guy is lying. Then it gets kind of scammy, and you know I know that it works. It definitely works. But you also have to understand who is your target market. So, you know, a lot of those Lambo type of advertising, blingy, like just really um, painting the lifestyle type of advertising, or just content marketing, um, works for a younger demographic, because the older people have seen a lot of it already, and they have more experience and stuff like that. But anyway, my point is that it's about demonstrating to the prospects that their desired their desired result can be solved using education and value. And this goes for the front end and within your sales funnel. Like, um, providing front end value, and proving, I don't know why I'm stuttering, proving that you're an authority in your industry, that you can, will, and want to help these people, um, just by showing up and helping them, by actually helping them, not being so attached to the content and the value that you're providing, and worrying about, if you're giving it away for free, are people going to pay for it? um, at a certain point, you kind of have to prove to them that you can help them. But the other side to that is that you don't want to, like, show them the technical side of it. Like, I never really show how to build a funnel, but I can give you the framework and the model, and ways to do better with it, using frameworks and stuff like that. But um, not getting into the weeds, but just really helping them overcome their limiting beliefs, honestly. And one of the easiest ways to do it is through video. All we have to do is have a framework or a method of delivering the content. Okay, something that's going to keep you on track and viewers engaged. So, like I said, I mentioned Ray Edwards early on, and I just bought his course about a month ago on copywriting, and he he has the pastor method. So I wrote that down, and I have a little bit of a modification that we'll go into, just kind of combining maybe two different people's method of creating sales copy, or having a framework. But the P in pastor is the problem. So if we're talking now, you can use this method too, the strategy to write sales copy, but you can also put that, your sales copy is no different than what's in your video. There may be slight differences, right? But for the most part, your video is the same process as your sales copy. So we're just putting that sales copy in a VSV, or a video sales video. Okay, but we start with the problem. So acknowledge the pain. Over here, I wrote some notes, but instead I put it on this slide. But we're engaging the pain. We're acknowledging it. We're communicating with our prospect, who our viewer, our engager, that we are aware of their pain and that we have a solution to it. Um, but we're also calling them out. We're not like in a, hey, you, but more of a, if kind of one of those, if you're a business owner and you struggle with running ads kind of thing. So you're letting that prospect know they're in the right place, but also that um, their pain has a solution, and then they will continue, right? So sorry. The A in pastor is amplify, which is the you're amplifying the consequences of inaction. So you're reminding them of why it's so important for them to act now and what will happen if they don't act. If, like in the example of weight loss, it's like, if you don't make a change, if you don't change your diet, go on walks, you know just change your habits overall, then in the next, what's going to happen a year or 5 or 10 years from now, when you're old and uh, wrinkly and stuff like that. But you're just reminding them of the consequences of not taking action. Okay. And then you go into the story, which here is where I've modified it a little bit. So Todd Brown, he talks about, or actually, sorry, Dan Henry. So I have a lot of people that I study, but Dan Henry talks about, like, when you notice like people going over like secrets or whatever, in like a webinar maybe, the secrets, and even your content, like I said before, is designed to help them overcome their limiting beliefs. So there are three different types of limiting beliefs, and the first one is the internal. Again, I have it written, but you probably can't see it. um, is the internal limiting belief. So what is within them that, like, that prevents them from getting the result that they want? And these can be things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, I don't have enough experience, I don't have enough time. Time might be more external, but number two is the external limiting belief. So what are the outside forces that are preventing people, your prospects, from getting that desired result, or overcoming that frustration or pain? And this would be things like money, maybe time, resources, enough, like a community involvement, support, maybe from a spouse, something like that, right? Something on the outside. And when we've identified those things, we can show them how to overcome it. And that's why I was talking about education and value based videos in your content and on your sales page. But with the story, so number three, the third limiting belief, is the market or the product or the service. So they have a you know limiting beliefs of the marketplace, product, and solution as it is. So we need to identify what those limiting beliefs might be. So a limiting belief about a marketplace with marketing, for example, is, like I said, there's some cheesy guys out there, and everyone can smell it. Um, and hopefully, I'm not that cheesy guy either. But anyway, that external limiting belief, it's it makes them look at the marketplace and go, yeah, that's not for me, that'll never happen for me, it's fake, it's a scam, whatever. Okay, but you can tell that in a story, like, what was the journey of discovering the solution, and how can you cover the internal, external, and marketplace um, limiting beliefs within a story. The one thing that I would like to say about the story piece is that um, you, hmm, I just blanked a little bit. The story piece, is you want to keep one thought focused. So you're not telling multiple different tangents of the same story that maybe were pieces necessarily, but one idea and one thought and one, like, stream of to follow. So I've already clicked over to testimony. The T in pastor is testimony. So how can you prove that it works? Or do you have any testimonials, success stories, maybe even your own results, stuff like that, right? We're just proving. And in kind of a story format as well, we're proving that testimony. We're showing how someone else used the strategy, that method, or whatever to get the result. Okay. And then offer. So offer is your pitch or your stack. And there's a few things that we want to cover when it comes to our stack. So the stack is basically just your deliverables. What is it that they get when they purchase, or sign up with you, or get on the phone, or whatever. And I think it's important to still have some sort of a stack, even if you're trying to book calls. You still got to sell the call. So just don't just say a 30-minute one-on-one, but what are the benefits? So like I said, there's three different things you want to look at in your stack. You've got your deliverables, which are, maybe in a course scenario, is your 10 module course, your live training, your group, your private Facebook group. But what deliverables are just features or facts about the product. So we can't just stop there. We have to, sorry about that, we have to remind them of um, why those features or deliverables are actually important to them. And we do that with benefits. So what are the benefits of each of those features? Sorry. What are the benefits of each of those features, right? And there are multiple different types of features, which we'll go over in another video, so I can get this one out to you guys. And then R is for response. So we're eliciting an action right now, and that goes into creating urgency, and um, but also making it clear, like clear on what they're going to get and how they're going to get it and what to expect, and clear on how to take action. Maybe some of the things like, make sure you use the right email address, or click the button on the next page. You're going to see a video testimonial. Below that is the order form. Fill it in completely and correctly, right? But this is, and then the eliciting action now is, this is only available for the next 10 people, because I can't take on more than that in a month's time, type of thing. But it needs to be kind of real urgency, for the next 100 people that where you're getting this discount. But at that, then the price goes up, right? Okay, where am I? So that's the pastor method. I'm going to go through it real quick. So first, and the P is for problem. We acknowledge the pain and engage with it and call the prospect out, as far as making sure, helping them understand that they're in the right place. Amplify is the consequence of inaction, reminding them what would happen if they don't take action, and on that result that they want. Then the story, we've got the internal, external, and marketplace limiting beliefs, but telling it in a single idea story format that walks them through the journey of discovery. Then the testimony is proving that it works, and you can prove that it works through testimonials, but also how somebody else used that method or strategy to get the result that the prospect actually wants, and even your own testimony. um, then the offer is your pitch or the stack, which is your deliverables, which are features or facts about the whatever you're offering. But we also want to look at the benefits of each of those features. We want to remind them why it's valuable to them. And then we want to finally elicit a response. Okay. So giving them a reason to act now, but being very clear on how to take that action. Right. Don't leave out any details on that, because people definitely get lost in my experience. So at callwithshane.com, you can get a free 30-minute training that teaches you how to get clear on your marketing message. It is easily the most important thing you could do by identifying your audience, getting clear on who your competitors are, and doing an analysis. Um, and then really getting clear on your offer. So that's callwithshane.com every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I go live to talk about ads, funnels, follow up, and um, ads, follow up for coaches, consultants, and course creators. This is a simplified sales solutions Facebook group. If you're not a part of it, it's free. Just click the link below and join. Invite your friends. Like this video if you liked it, and leave a comment with your biggest takeaway.